Hi everybody, I'm sure most of you know who I am, but for those who might not, I'm Dr. Mona Mahfouz. I'm a GP and have been a GP in Dudley for, don't want to say how many years, but far too many. Also, as you may know, I've been the mental health lead for a considerable length of time, and added to that portfolio has been the responsibility of trying to develop services for people with high-functioning autism, also known as Asperger's. The deep concern here is that this is an increasing cohort of individuals who have this diagnosis, but which is on the large undiagnosed. Nonetheless, they have challenging, difficult, dysfunctional lives as a result of their high-functioning autism. We developed this service run by the Glasshouse College initially as a pilot project in 2013 over a 4-week period, and due to the success of that project, we decided to pilot it for a further 12 months on a more extended period.
We focus on the use of crafts such as glassmaking to facilitate a transformation in the individuals that is focused through the transformation of the material. Glass allows the service user to experience risk, fear, excitement, sensory stimulation, and ultimately a sense of achievement. This is then embodied in an artefact that serves to remind and reinvigorate those experiences in the future.
Basically, I'd become quite withdrawn. I had led ostensibly a normal life up until sort of 2007, and then I got quite physically ill. I had kidney cancer and I was diabetic as well, which I didn't know, so I had to get all that under control and sort it out. And I'm sort of coming out to the other end now, and obviously autism, which I've lived with my whole life, but been mostly kind of hiding because I didn't know that's what it was. I was attempting to appear normal. The one aspect, one of the aspects of part of the course that really impacted on me was I don't drive. I've never driven. I would never trust myself with any form of vehicle whatsoever. And we were introduced to the narrowboat, for example, and the expectation I had of myself at the beginning of that was I'd be very much a passenger, and literally by the end of probably the second hour they were there, I was felt compelled in a really positive way to actually have a bash at actually navigating the narrowboat. And at first I felt incredibly nervous and self-conscious about it, because the expectations I had of actually being able to do it very well were overwhelming, which tends to be the problem I have about anything, is the fact that my overriding need to actually do it perfectly first time is the thing that actually stops me from doing everything perfectly first time. And the fact that narrowboat, because of the fact that it's actually you can only go, I think it's 4 miles an hour, everything's quite slow. The whole pace of everything you do there, you have to almost slow your brain down to accommodate that process. It actually worked at a level I actually felt very comfortable with, and certainly by the second or third session I've spent doing that, I actually feel I'm arguably competent at doing that, not just navigating it, but working the locks, working a team with other people to move up and down the canal. And that is such a ridiculously amazing thing for me to have actually done in comparison to where I thought I would be. Teamwork, being able to use my initiative, actually navigating around other people using the canal, and feeling confident, not just basically competent doing it, is incredible.
Initially, we said that the main individual that you need to be considering is your isolated, unemployed young person. When I say young, that can be anything between 16 and upper age limit of 50, if you like. There is really no age limit on referrals. Those are the cohort of people that we targeted as being best helped by the project at the Glasshouse, and would urge you to be on the lookout for these individuals. Make the diagnosis using the AQ50. The AQ50 is a questionnaire that was devised by Professor Baron Cohen from Cambridge, who is the UK's leading light on autism. And this questionnaire is validated for use in primary care. By putting the words wired, W-I-R-E-D, and AQ50 or AQ into Google, it's the first hit. And you can download or print off the form questionnaire and give it to your patient. They don't need to fill it in with you. You don't need to be involved in it. There is a scoring paragraph at the end which tells you how to score it. Individuals or males with a score of 32 or over can be seen as, especially if they've got traits, then it'd be fair to say that they probably do have high functioning autism or Asperger's. Females can be a bit of a grey area, and we will accept a score of 28 or above for females. Please, I would urge you to be on the lookout for these individuals. These are individuals with dysfunctional, challenging lives, and if nothing is actually done to pick up this diagnosis at an early stage, they go on to have even worse outcomes as they grow older.